Well, happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the morning show.
Thank you.
Of course, we're so happy to have you here. And we also have Maddie and Josh from OSU Extension. So we'll be recapping some of the fun things that happened during the Jackson County Fair. And so we have a big show for you today. We appreciate you all tuning in. But first, Stephen Moore's here with the Jackson Firefighters Association, right? Or you're just a Jackson firefighter. I don't know what to say.
Today with the association.
Okay. All right. Whichever hat you have on
Yes.
today.
Yeah, today's the association.
When you're not dealing with gas leaks at the Kroger store, right?
True.
Yes.
True.
Or milk leaks at or whatever.
Yeah, that was a sour situation. But I wasn't there for it. I just heard about it.
No, that whole milk thing blew my mind that became an EPA problem. You would never think milk would be an EPA
Whenever it gets
issue.
to be that volume and it gets into the soil and into the water streams, I can't begin to explain the science behind it, but it does create some problems that they don't want, and it's not healthy for that much for the wildlife.
I mean, it totally makes sense, but yeah, I don't know that fish like milk.
I've never seen them drink it.
I haven't either. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, well, welcome. You are here because we are going to be talking about Pig Iron Day, which is tomorrow, and we're super duper excited about that. And then, of course, the Wheels of Steel car show will be going kind of simultaneously with that. So I'll tell you what, Adrian says we have a message to play.
Okay.
Because we have to pay bills.
I understand.
Yes, and then we will be back and talk with Stephen about the Pig Iron Day and all the fun things going on tomorrow. So we'll be right back.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back on this Friday, and thank goodness it's a little cooler.
Yes,
you guys
absolutely.
are going to have the world's best weather.
It's looking like it's going to be that way.
I mean, I feel like all of these people that have been hibernating inside because of the heat are going to be like, woohoo, let's go outside.
Yeah, the weather looks like it's going to be great for the car show and for the attendance, so we're looking forward to it.
Yes, absolutely. So let's tell everybody a little bit about Pig Iron Day. I mean, this is the 32nd?
Yeah, 32nd annual Pig Iron Day.
I think I was at the first one doing the radio thing.
I was at it really early on, but I don't know if I was at the first one.
I think I was at the if it not, it was close. It was one of those where, when Dad had the radio station and somebody either called off or he didn't have anybody to go cover things, he would hand me a microphone and say, here, you go cover this Pig Iron Day thing that just started. And I'm going to say, okay. And, who was I to tell Big Lou no? So,
right.
But, no, so 32nd annual, time flies when you're having fun.
Yes. So we'll kick off Pig Iron Day tomorrow. The food service starts at 11 a.m., and we'll have the menu that we've had in years past. We're going to have pulled pork sandwiches, hot dogs, brats, beans and cornbread, and then pop and water. Yes. And all at really low prices. Pulled pork sandwiches are only $4 this year.
That's crazy.
Hot dogs are $1, brats are $2, and beans and cornbread is just for a donation. So whatever you feel like you should give for that cup of beans and cornbread, we'll take whatever you give us.
And you guys, so tell everyone, this is not something that's whipped together quickly. Tell everyone the times that you told me a little bit ago.
So, we started yesterday, actually preparing the meat, getting it all seasoned up and wrapped, and getting it back in a cooler. And then, so the pork will go on the cookers about 3 o'clock in the morning. And the beans and cornbread, or beans go in the kettle. We cook 2 separate kettles. They cook 140 pounds of beans this year.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have 2 kettles, and those will go in the kettles between 5 and 6 a.m., somewhere in there, and it'll all be ready to go by 11.
And the thing is, you are the Jackson Firefighters Association, which is comprised of, obviously, of firefighters, and, y'all have day jobs and all of this stuff, but you're getting up at 3 a.m. to cook us all food. So that's pretty cool. Thank you.
There will be a crew in the park all night tonight because once we move our equipment in, we keep an eye on it because it
has to.
It might wander, and we don't.
For numerous reasons,
Yes.
like you want to prevent fires and
Yes.
you want to make sure that the meat is cooking properly and the beans and all that stuff.
Yeah, the meat, once it goes on the cooker, we take it and we have to go in the cookers and roll the pieces of pork about every hour. Then we've got thermometers and everything to check it to ensure everything's cooked properly. So that's, it's quite the process.
So who draws the 3 a.m. time?
We
you guys draw straws? How do you do that?
Usually there's a handful that hang out in the park most of the night and we sit around, chit chat, play cards, play cornhole.
That works.
We make a night of it.
Okay, so you make the fun out of it.
Now, Saturday by 4 p.m., the fun's over.
Like we've had it.
We're ready for bed. We're ready to go.
Yeah, I'll bet.
But like I said, the food starts at 11. The Wheels of Steel car show. I think their registration is from 10 a.m. to noon, or from
I think it's 9.
9 to noon.
Yeah, 9 to noon.
9 to noon on the registration for the car show. Food's at 11. We'll have an auction at 1 p.m. And at the auction, we'll be auctioning off the pig iron plaques. So plaques are about a foot square, and every year we pick a different furnace to remember. And we've went through all the historical furnaces for Jackson County. So this year we chose to go with a furnace that's still in operation, which is OSU Industries, or Ohio Stove Company.
Oh,
so OSU
interesting.
is our furnace this year because they're the last foundry left in Jackson County.
Yes.
So they will be featured on the plaque. And this year, OSCO's our furnace.
Do they make the plaques?
Yeah,
they're making their own plaque. How funny!
They are making their own plaque, but for 32 years, OSCO has made the pig iron bars and the pig iron plaques. So it's quite the process to make those because they have to make the molds specifically for the year because the bars change, the plaques change every year. So they create and design all the molds over there, and then pour all the hot iron into those molds, and then they do all the work for that every year, and they have for 32 years. So we're greatly appreciative of
so cool.
everything that they've done for Pig Iron Day over the years.
Well, very fitting that they are honored this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then along with the auction will be at 11, which will have the plaques. We'll also have a barrel from Speyside.
Okay.
And it will be engraved on the top of it for Pig Iron Days. They have a laser engraver. I think it actually burns it. I can't remember if it engraves it or burns it in, but it'll be engraved on the top of the barrel. We will have Kona Ice is supposed to be there, and we'll also have an inflatable for the kids. So that'll be set up over there.
Or the firefighters?
Whoever gets to it first, yeah. Hopefully they deliver it in the middle of the night, and we have it to ourselves.
I can just see it. People driving by at 4 a.m, and there's a bunch of firefighters jumping up and down in an inflatable.
That would be fun. But let's see. Food will go until we run out, and I think that's most of what I've got for it.
You know, what I was talking with the old car club the other day, and we were talking about the food, and I've definitely been to Pig Iron Day numerous times, and that food line can get dauntingly long.
Oh, yes.
But it moves super fast.
Yep.
So don't drive by or walk up and be like, dude, that line is so long, I am not even gonna ever get to eat. Like, you all have it all figured out.
Yes, all the food is. But whenever you're coming through the line, you're not placing an order. It's already ready. We're just handing you what you need.
Yes.
And we also have the drive-through line again this year, which will go through the bus garage parking lot. And
That's cool.
Yes. So if you're maybe don't have an interest in getting out and walk around the park, but you really want the food,
Yep.
you just come up through that drive-through line, and they'll have everything in the drive-through line that we'll have in the main food line.
Okay.
And they can serve you right there.
You know, and that's so convenient because if you have kids maybe, or you have like some mobility issues or whatever, but you still want to participate, that's great. So that would be you come off of Huron Street.
Come off of Huron Street. There'll be some cones and some signs out there.
Oh, okay.
You'll just pull in, go through the loop there, and you'll pull right back out.
It's the garage with all the buses parked outside. The bus garage.
I don't think the buses are there right now. They're up on the hill. So
It's
it'll
the big garage there
Yes.
on Huron Street.
Yes.
That looks like a bunch of buses would
Yes.
be there, yeah.
And we'll have our community partners helping us out again this year. Liberty Fire Department comes in, and we partner with them, or they partner with us, however you want to word that, to have enough people there to do it, as well as the Kiwanis Club.
Yes.
So Kiwanis is there. They're the ones that make all of our sandwiches. They're the ones that are dipping all the beans into the bean cups and serving those. Without those community partners, we would not be able to pull this event off.
Yeah, because it takes an army.
It takes an army, and because everybody there is on the fire department too, we have to have people that can stay if there's an emergency.
Correct.
And firemen have to go. So we have to have people there that can still serve food if crap hits the fan across town.
If God forbid,
Yes.
The milk gets spoiled.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
That was a crazy story. But no, this is wonderful. Pig Iron Day to celebrate our heritage started 32 years ago. And the Wheels of Steel Car Show has been there since, it's their 28th.
They're 28th. Okay.
So, yeah, so just 4 years where it wasn't there. So this has been a pretty good partnership.
Right. I think when it first started, they incorporated maybe some business Olympics into it. Really early on. And there's been discussion, just minor discussion about trying to bring some of that back. I don't know if that's something
That's
we'll
fun.
reincorporate in the future or not, but we could have businesses doing tug of war or grease pig contests in the middle of the park. Might be interesting.
I love it. I know some people that could probably make that happen. But our friends from 4-H. But no, that would be fun.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's something it's something we'll have to discuss in the future, but yeah. And the only other thing I forgot to mention is we will also have kettle corn and lemonade there. The local vendor that has kettle corn and lemonade will be set up as well. So if you want something other than our menu, there will be a couple other options there.
Very good. And here's the thing too, and I was talking with the car guys about that, is pulled pork isn't your thing or brats or whatever, that's totally fine. There's a bazillion different restaurants within walking distance of
Right.
the park also. So if you want to come
Absolutely.
to the car show, or maybe, you just need to get out of the heat for a second, which is going to be beautiful. I don't know why you would ever need to get out of
It'll be great tomorrow.
the weather tomorrow, but you all couldn't have drawn a better day.
I know.
It's so good.
We planned it this way.
Did you?
Yeah.
You ordered it up?
Yeah, we used the almanac.
Okay. Appreciate that. Well, very good. All right. So Wheels of Steel Car Show, Pig Iron Day tomorrow. Very, very good. And we hope that you will all come out and celebrate.
Yes, we hope to see everybody out.
And support the Firefighters Association, because what you do is not free. Let's just be honest.
No, I've said this before in here. The Firefighters Association, we do fundraisers to generate funding to be able to support the fire department. So we buy equipment, we buy tools. If we go to the schools and hand out the little red plastic fire hats or the fire department coloring books, those are all purchased by the association.
Yeah. Adrian, can you answer my phone? It just keeps ringing over and over again, so I don't know if it's like an emergency or what. Just tell them I'm on the air. Yes, and so it's very important that people understand that you guys have to raise your own funding. I mean, for the most part. I mean, you are funded.
Yeah, we are funded through the
some
city.
ways through the city, but I mean, once Dave Channel was telling me about the turnout gear and how much all that stuff costs, and
Yeah.
it has to be fitted to each particular firefighter because. Obviously, we're all different shapes and sizes, so.
Yeah, just an air pack alone, we're looking at about $8,000. A pair of boots, fire boots, you're looking at probably in the $400 range. Pants and a jacket, you're looking at I think it's around $5,000 right now for pants and a jacket, and then a helmet's another $400 or $500. And that's just gloves are almost $100, $100 to $150 a pair. And that's just to get them dressed. And then the truck that they go to get on.
Sure.
Now, $1 million for a truck is not out is a kind of a low number. If it's a ladder truck, you're looking at $2.5 million for a ladder truck. So
My gosh.
the amount of money that it takes to operate a fire department is crazy.
And people don't appreciate it until you until you need it.
Right.
Because no one thinks it's going to happen to you.
It's kind of like paying for insurance. Is you pay for it or you have to have it, and you hope you never need it. But if you need it, it's there.
Yes, absolutely. So, okay, well, very good. Well, Adrian's out in the hallway, I think. Okay. Are we okay? Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We are going to play a couple messages, and then we'll be back.
Awesome. Thank
with
you.
Maddie and Josh.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Saturday, August 16th is Southern Rock Woodstock in the Gallipolis Fairgrounds. This event will feature 3 decades of original artists and legends, such as Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet. In light of this event, Total Media will be giving away 4 VIP tickets. For a chance to win these exclusive passes, comment your favorite Southern Rock song, and our staff will vote on which one is the best. Good luck, and may the best man rock out.
Welcome back. So Jen had some things that she had to tend to, so now you're stuck with me.
Oh, no.
So Maddie and Josh are back. So what have y'all been up to? It's been a while.
It has been a while. I don't think we've been able to get on the show since what?
Since probably May.
May?
We hit
Yeah.
camp season
Right.
and fair season, and
Yeah.
everything's been a blur. Even still now, it's kind of a blur.
Yes. So, May was the end of the school year.
Yeah.
So just on the 4-H end of things, it was very busy because in May I'm prepping for summer camp and then the fair in July, but I'm also still finishing up some school programming. So I had 11 classrooms this past school year in the spring hatched chicks through our 4-H chick quest. So and they all hatched the last week of school. So that's what I was doing at the end of May was, just going into classrooms and talking about chicks and helping them through that process. So that was really fun. And then June was summer camp. Hurrah. I had 5 summer camps in the month of June.
Oh, wow.
So I was our camp director. So I was primarily in charge of our beginner camp, which is 3rd through 5th grade. And then we have junior high camp, 6th through 8th grade teen camp, high school students. We do a Clover Bud overnight camp for youth that are ages 5 to 7. Their parents come and stay at camp with them, so
I
it's
did
really
that when I was
fun.
little.
Did
I
you?
remember that, yeah.
Awesome. So we did that, and then I actually am also camp director for Ohio 4-H STEM Camp, which is a statewide 4-H camp offered at Canner's Cave here in Jackson, focused on STEM education. This year was aviation themed.
Oh, wow.
So we did a lot
Love
of
that.
flight stuff, rocket launching, and just really cool things like that. So that was my entire month of June was summer camp, summer camp, summer camp. Favorite thing about my job. And then July we moved right into the fair. Just kept on moving. I call it my marathon, the months of June and July. And so the county fair I feel went very positive this year, and we had over 850 projects exhibited between non-livestock and livestock projects through 4-H this year. So the week before the fair, we are doing all of our project book judging and interviews. And then we have things like the carcass contest, the dog show, all of that fun stuff the week before the fair. And then the fair actually comes, and you know what happens during the week of the fair. It's all the shows, all the rides, all the chaos, just a whole lot of fun. So, yeah.
But at the fair, the chicken show, when did it end?
It ended at like 5 o'clock this year, guys. It was like a world record for me. I was so excited. Last 2 years, that poultry show has gone till 10, 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So we were super pumped to have it end at 4:30, 5 o'clock this year.
Yeah, this year the livestock committee, they decided instead of just doing one judge, we had 2 judges. So we had 2 judges running showmanship all the way through. We had the market show running all the way through, and then they came together for the top 10 and made their top 10 picks.
It was very efficient. It was awesome.
something that I hope we do every single year.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So I just wanted to tell the public thank you for supporting the county fair this year. I know the senior fair board had a very positive experience on their end with rides and vendors and people coming through the gates for their different events in the evening. I know our rodeo had to be canceled due to the weather, but just everything was very positive. Thank you to our 2025 livestock sale buyers who came and supported our kids. We had a really great sale, about $344,000 through the sale that all goes to those kids. So thank you for for supporting our kids, buying their livestock, contributing to that. So that was just a super positive night. I spent a lot of that night actually up on the block, which is something new for me that I really enjoyed, just being up and part of the livestock sale. Normally I'm kind of behind the scenes that night, processing paperwork, handling kind of some of the things on the back end. So it was really cool to kind of be up on the mic and getting to interact with the auctioneers and the buyers and those sort of things. So it was really fun.
And during that sale night, I'm usually in the office just moving, double checking, making sure the sale number's right. But we also do add-ons. So if you know someone that shows an animal and just wants to add on, you don't necessarily want to buy because it's too much.
Or if you can't make the sale on sale night.
If you can't make it, we do add-ons where you can just send us, I want to add Maddie's goat up $20. That's a possibility. And we do a lot of those. I spend probably from 3 p.m. all the way to midnight just typing them away, typing them in, moving them in.
And we take add-ons. I usually tell people the whole week before the fair, the week of the fair, and then the whole week after the fair. So people have 3 weeks of opportunity to get their add-ons or bumps, you might hear them called, in for these kids. So we'll accept them during the week of the fair in the livestock office there on the fairgrounds. You can email them to any of us and we'll take them, or the week before, the week after the fair at the extension office, you can drop them off and we'll get them processed. So
another thing that I like during our sale is that they do donations. So the kids, whenever they do their sales check, they get to donate. So they can donate either to Cambridge Gate 4-H camp, the livestock barn fund. They can do it to all different types of these funds that they have.
Scholarships.
So it's a really good opportunity to see these kids and start teaching them to give back to the community.
Yes, a lot of them do give back. I don't know the total number off the top of my head, but I want to say it's close to $2,000 or $3,000 that our 4-H youth donated back to various things, whether it's the 4-H endowment, scholarships, whatever. So the kids see the value in the program themselves, and they see the value in wanting to give back through their livestock sale checks.
We also have Stock the Trailer if you want to talk about Stock the Trailer.
Yeah, so I think I sent you a graphic. So something that I really wanted to share this morning was just how proud I am of our junior fair board this year. And so I think next year we need to get our junior fair board on Main Street TV because they did such a great job. So last year for the first year, the junior fair board participated in a contest called Fight the Hunger, Stock the Trailer, and it's through Farm Credit Mid-America. Last year, they collected 357 pounds of food. We were able to put it all in boxes and put it on the livestock scales and weigh it, and it's based on weight. And so this year, the Junior Fair Board really wanted to up their game. They got a real trailer. Thank you, Sherry Wells, for donating her trailer for the week for them. And they filled that trailer with 4,220 pounds of food.
Wow.
I know. It's just incredible. They just did such a great job. They worked really hard ahead of the week of the fair to encourage people to donate food. And then during the week of the fair, they did all kinds of collection drives, and they worked with the fair board and folks to, they did a club contest. So the clubs competed against each other to who could donate and collect the most amount of food. And they just did such an excellent job. So then the week after the fair, the Monday after the fair was over, the Junior Fair Board met back at the fairgrounds, and we loaded everybody's cars as full as we could get them and drove all around the county delivering non-perishable food items and water to blessing boxes, churches, food pantries, emergency services. Just anybody who could benefit from the collection. So it was a really positive night, and they just did such a great job. I was so proud of them. I don't know if you have anything else that you want to add to that, but
no, it's just really fun. So they loaded my whole back of my truck full of water and said, go to the Wellston Fire Department. I said, okay. And I said, how much do you want? And they said, we'll take it all. So dumped it all off.
Yep.
Put to good use.
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So they did, that was their big service project of the year, was the Stock the Trailer, and they hope to double their poundage and double their impact for next year. So they've already got plans on some things and things that they want to do for next year to kind of go bigger. And
it's a great goal.
But yes, they did an awesome job. We're super proud of them. And it is a contest across the state. So the contest is split by region. And so last year, I think the winning person in the South, or the winning county in the Southeast region, collected 10,000 pounds of food.
Wow.
Yes. So they've got some work to do, but I think they place first through third place, and there's some monetary prizes. Like first place gets $5,000, and I can't remember exactly, what second, third place gets, but they get $500 from Farm Credit Mid-America just for participating, and they put that $500 back into their Stock the Trailer to purchase items, do flyering, those sorts of things for the next year. So I'm super proud of our Junior Fair Board. That was probably the highlight of my 2025 Jackson County Fair. They did a great job.
And if you know any kids who are like always at the fair and they're not on Junior Fair Board, tell them to get on Junior Fair Board.
Yes.
Come have fun with us and make a change in your community.
Yes, yeah.
All right, well, we're going to take a break real quick, and then we'll be right back. Are you good, Adrian? Awesome.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
All right, and we are back. I'm back. Sorry, it's all good. We're okay.
We keep doing these little switcheroos.
It's like musical chairs around this place today, but that's okay. So Maddie and Josh are here, and I know you guys were talking about Junior Fair Board and how proud you were of them and everything. So I'll just let you continue on.
Anything else you want to share about the fair? I just think the county fair this year went very, very positive. I know when people think about 4-H, and often also the Extension office, they think about the county fair.
Of course. That's kind of like the thing that everybody works toward.
It's kind of the pinnacle of our year, right? And so a majority of our youth that are involved in the Jackson County 4-H program are involved in animal science projects, livestock typically market livestock projects. So that is a large portion of our 4-H program, and it is a large portion of the work that I do. And Josh is our ag agent. Although not necessarily 4-H is not your job or your position, but he does kind of...
well, good luck trying to get out of it.
Yeah, I live there.
He does definitely lend a hand and help out a lot. And he has, I know during the barn meeting this year, you kind of stepped up and talked to the kids about keeping your livestock healthy and safe in the heat and those sorts of things. And so he kind of lends a hand with that, teaching quality assurance training to our livestock kids. And so I appreciate you, because I know that's not necessarily your role or your responsibility, but he does help, with the fair and with our 4-H kids. And
it's a team effort.
Yeah, with those things. So, but the fair, I feel like, went just very positive this year. I was really happy with it.
And the weather was no friend of yours.
No, it rained and rained.
Let's just be honest. The great news is, number one, the fairgrounds are in amazing shape. There's so much more pavement than like when I was in 4-H, where you walked up on the midway and, you sunk in mud up to your knees.
And I know you were a horse exhibitor, so when it rains at the fairgrounds, it's very hard to show horses.
It is.
The horse committee did a lot of work to the horse ring this year prior to the fair. They installed drains and tiles, and I don't even know what all else they did, but they were out there for weeks, and that horse arena was like 1,000,000 times better than it has been in the past. It drained, a whole lot faster. It wasn't just like sopping wet with water, and we were actually able to get our horse shows in and stuff. So that was really positive too.
And the horse show is one that's obviously not covered, like literally covered.
Literally physically covered,
That would be nice, but
if anybody has about $500,000 that they want to donate,
build that
I would love to take
arena.
your money and build a covered arena.
But me too. But no, and safety is a factor there when it comes to, the horse show and riding the horses and the horses' safety and the kids' safety. So that's great that they got to get their shows in because, again, they work all year long to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But I think that the improvements of the fairgrounds over the years have just been incredible. Many new barns for all the critters, and it's just so much nicer now.
Yes, yeah. The livestock committee, the senior fair board, horse committee, and even 4-H advisory council, all of our adult volunteers, they just work really hard to make the program successful for our kids. And that kind of moves me into another event that I wanted to just kind of very briefly share about this morning, is our 4-H awards and volunteer recognition banquet.
Okay.
And so that is coming up very soon. It is Saturday, August 9th, so a week from tomorrow. And so this is our second annual one. We just kind of brought this event back last year. And it's at the fairgrounds starting about 5 o'clock. We do a dinner. We do all kinds of awards and really fun stuff. It's just an evening of fun and recognition for our adult volunteers. They don't get enough of that recognition. We have 125 individuals in this county that give countless hours to the 4-H program all year long. I think another misconception about the 4-H program is that it's just in the summer, when we do camp and fair.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works.
I start volunteer training in November. We do events all through the fall and all through the winter into the spring. We do a lot of trainings and club meetings and all of those sorts of things all year round. So 4-H is a year-round program that these kids are involved in.
Oh, yes.
Many of these kids have already purchased their livestock projects for next year, and they're already raising them, already starting on those projects. So it is something that these adult volunteers and these youth work towards all year round. So that banquet that we put on is just an evening. It's a free dinner for our volunteers. It's not a fundraiser or anything of that sort. It's just a night to say thank you to these individuals that have given so much to our program. So if you are a 4-H volunteer and you're listening to this, come to the banquet next weekend because it's going to be really fun, and we put it on for you.
Yeah, because you're appreciated.
Yes, because you're appreciated. We also invite any of our kids that are award winners, state fair delegates that have won awards, our teens that are High Point winners on the Junior Fair Board, kids that have won state like Ohio 4-H Achievement Awards, our senior scholarships. So it's just a night to recognize all of those award winners too. But quick plug on that.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely awesome. And so is the state fair still going on?
Yes, it ends on Sunday.
So did we have some kids from Jackson County participating in the state fair this year?
Yes, and we've had several award winners.
Great.
And so we've got a couple of kids that have won Outstanding of the Days, which is top 20% in their project. I do know we have one clock trophy at the moment, which is like the big project award. Not sure how we're doing on the livestock end of things yet. Haven't heard anything. But I usually try and share on Facebook if kids win awards, their parents send me pictures and those sorts of things. So I recognize them in my newsletter and stuff. But yeah.
Very good. Yeah. So no, that's an exciting time. I can remember showing the horse at the my horse at the state fair, and it's a whole experience. And I mean, the fun part was you could just ride your horse up to whatever, food truck you wanted to go to and order. It was like a drive-through.
I have one more thing on the 4-H end of things that I think I want to share, and then I know Josh has a lot of events coming up. So June and July is my busy season in the 4-H end of things. September, October, August, September, October, November is Josh's busy season. So I'm going to turn it over to him. But I have one more thing that I wanted to share. I just want to pull up the flyer on my phone here to make sure I've got the details right.
Okay.
So Jackson County is trying to start a shooting sports club. And so we've been
Fun.
kind of working on this project for a few months now. But I wanted to share with you guys that we have some adult volunteers that are now taking on this responsibility of doing this shooting sports club. So on Sunday, August 10th, at 1 p.m. at the Extension office, there will be a meeting for this new shooting sports program.
Fun,
So
cool.
if you are a person that is an adult that is interested in teaching youth about shooting sports, safe handling of firearms and those sorts of things, I encourage you to attend the meeting to get information on how to become a volunteer, what kind of training you need, those sorts of things. And then if you have a child in your life that is over the age of 8 years old that is interested in learning more about safe handling of firearms, all of that sort of stuff.
Every kid should learn
Yes.
that. I'm sorry, they should.
Yes.
It's like swimming and everything
Yes,
else.
yes,
like it's for your
absolutely.
own safety.
So attend this meeting again, August 10th, 1 p.m. at the Extension office. You do not have to currently be involved in 4-H at all. This is a brand new program. So we're hoping that people that maybe have no experience in 4-H or no knowledge about 4-H are hoping to get involved in this because this is a new program that we're hoping to bring to the county. Fun fact, Jackson County Canner's Cave 4-H Camp hosts 2 statewide shooting sports camps. They host junior shooting sports camp
Cool.
and senior shooting sports camp every year for the whole state. It is
What?
the
I did not
statewide.
know
It is
that.
the
How did I not
statewide
know
camp.
that?
They host all kinds of statewide shooting sports events. Trap shoots and those sorts of things, contests right here in Jackson County.
That would be fun.
And it's insane that we don't have a strong 4-H shooting sports program in the county.
Yeah, none of that makes any sense, does
so
it?
we're hoping to change that, Jackson County.
Yeah,
so
come on.
if you have questions, reach out to me. Happy to get you connected. But I just wanted to plug 4-H shooting sports because we are really working hard to get that program established. And that's it. That's all I'll talk about 4-H.
I guess we'll let Josh talk now.
I can
right?
talk now, and it's time to go. So, yeah, August, September, that's going to be a real big blur for me because we've got a lot of programs coming up. We've got Beef and Forage Field Night at the Extension office at the research farm there, where we're going to be covering 2 main topics. We're going to cover genomics, so picking out new herd selection for your herd, but we're also going to look at forage quality. So everyone knows this spring was wet, and a lot of people couldn't get
Oh
their
my
hay
gosh.
done in time. So there's a lot of hay out there that's not good for cattle. It's very non-nutritious. So looking at your supplementation plan as we go into the winter, how are we going to feed these cattle and make sure that we're going to get them the nutrition that they need? So that's a great program that we have. It's a program we have every single year. It is $15 a person, but you get rowdies with it. So essentially it's
Okay.
It's worth it.
Yeah,
you
for
pay
sure.
for your meal and then you come and you get to learn 2 big topics.
What is, I know I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was thinking about that. I mean, obviously hay is a huge supplemental, feeding thing. I mean, how do you combat not having any hay?
Well, we should have a lot of hay this year, but
Just
it's
not
not going
good
to be
hay.
good hay.
Okay.
So it's feeding them that hay to get the rumen active, but also adding some supplementation. So whether that's that corn, that soybean meal, whatever type of feed additive that you're going to be able to get into it.
That's going to cost.
There is going to be a cost to it. Yep.
That's going to be expensive, it sounds like.
Yep, but it's
So-
it's
But that's
kind
where
of
you
your
come in.
double-edged sword. Last year we didn't have any hay. Now we have a lot of hay, but it's not very
But it
good
sucks.
hay. So knowing what your hay is, if you're buying hay, knowing if they have a forage analysis, which will tell you the exact breakdown of how nutritious it is. So it's going to be a tough season, and being
Okay.
prepared for it before
Yeah.
it comes and gets to us.
So you need to get out there August 28th. That is a huge deal to be able to learn.
Right.
And you get rowdies, so.
Right.
And they get
Hello.
to tour the research farm too, right?
Yep. So
Oh, fun.
we're at the research farm, so they'll have the wagons out, and we'll probably go to a barn or 2 and do a little bit outside, as long as it's not raining or
Yeah.
100 degrees.
Well, then, I don't know what to tell you. That's all it's done this summer.
Yeah.
Or both.
But that's just one of our programs. So in September, we've got Farm City Field Day, and it used to be on a Thursday, but this year we're going to try out a Saturday.
Something new.
I always thought Thursday was kind of rough for people because I know historically they did it on Thursday just because the town shut down and it was easy for everyone to come out, and now that's not a thing anymore.
Yep.
So we're going to try out this Saturday. So Saturday, September 13th from 3 to 7 p.m. It's going to be out on 4 Mile. We still haven't had our planning meeting yet, but we've got some interesting tour ideas that we're hoping to get locked down by the end of August. So we'll have some information coming out for Farm City Field Day that day as well. We're not straying away. We're going to have pit roasted beef, even though beef prices are super high. We're really looking forward to burning the pit on Friday, and I believe they're going to have some soil judging pits that they're going to do some practice out there as well. So we're still working on the details, but that one's going to be a good event.
Usually there's some door prizes and
some vendors that come through.
Little things, So
we'll get that all ironed out at our Farmers Club meeting in August. So if you want to be a part of that, feel free to come out to Farmers Club. It's open to anyone that lives in Jackson County. Actually, I don't even know if you have to live in Jackson County. Anyone that wants to come and help out with the community.
Hey, listen, it's just an effort. Like, just come on out and have a good time and support.
Yes. Yeah.
And we've got tickets on sale for Farm Science Review. If you're interested in going to Farm Science Review, it's a big farm open show where they've got tractors, seed companies. It's basically like the state fair, except more ag, more tractors, everything you need to see. It's
where's that?
It's in London, Ohio. So
Madison County.
Madison County, the Molly, Karen.
Are there bridges there?
I assume there might be one or two. There might be one or two. I don't know.
The bridges in Madison County.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was a movie. It's just I'm old.
It's at the Molly Karen Agricultural Research Center, which is owned and operated by Ohio State University, the College of Food, Ag, and Environmental Sciences. So,
but it's a 3-day, kind of like a agricultural fair. That's the best way to put it. It's a big agricultural fair.
It's
3 days.
super fun, and if you don't know anything about agriculture, it's a cool event to go to just to like.
Can you take the kids?
Yes, it's very kid friendly.
That would be great.
Ohio 4-H sets up like a tent for kids activities and stuff.
Oh, fun. Okay.
There's always
a lot of our FFAs take trips and buses up there, and it's a good time. So
there's good food.
The only issue with Jackson County, it's the same week as the Apple Festival, so it does kind of butt heads with it, but it's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of that week. If you would like tickets, we have tickets on sale at the Extension office. They're a lot cheaper than they will be at the gate.
And it helps benefit our programs, too.
For every ticket we sell, it gives $1 to our program, so the money that gets to stay semi-local, so if you plan to go up.
Help out local.
But I will be up there every single day that week. We do Ask the Expert, which is something kind of similar to what we're doing today.
Yeah.
So we have a moderated session where I would be asking people questions and the experts talk to me. So it's kind of just getting a list of questions about different farm business topics, so more on the business mind, and just having kind of like a talk show in front of a live audience.
Okay.
It's a fun time. I enjoy it because like I get up on the pedestal, I get to see everybody walking around. There's a nice breeze that comes through. I'm under a tent.
Josh plays Jen for a day.
Yeah, I love that. Now we know who can fill in if Liv's not here, right?
But
so you do that all 3 days, though, don't you?
I will be up there all 3 days on that week, and then we come back to Jackson County, and we have 1 week, and then we have beef AI school, so artificial insemination. So that's another thing we do at the Extension office at the research farm, where we get 20 participants and they get actual hands-on experience. We do the first day all in class, learning about all the estrus synchronization, all the science that goes into AI in cattle. And then they actually see the reproduction tracks. So they get old reproduction tracks and they get to practice on them. The second day we're in the classroom learning a little bit in the morning, and then we're actually out on farm the last half of the second day and all of the third day, just practicing, getting people used to AI and cattle if that's something that they want to do on their own operation.
Is that something, I'm sure there's numerous reasons why you would do that, but what would be, do you just, is it just easier, or what's the...
So a lot of it comes into the cost. So you can buy so much semen opposed to buying a bull, and you can have more variety in what you buy. So instead of getting 5 bulls because you want all these genetics, you can buy 5 loads of semen and being able to
Okay, that makes total sense.
Genetic variability.
Obviously, that's a little easier to transport than the bull and the cow.
Yeah.
Right.
To get them together.
And if you have 5 bulls, you got to feed them, and then that adds quite a bit of cost.
And it's a safety thing, too.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of reasons why people do it, but there's also a lot of reasons why people don't do it. So it's kind of just a preference, kind of how you want to run your operation, how you want to get your genetics really on your farm.
Sure. Okay.
So-
That makes sense.
So other than that, that's all I have set up right now. But we've got a hunters.
That's all.
we have a hunters ed that's in the works. We're trying to pick a date for hunters education. We're gonna do that sometime in the fall. We've got a composting class that we're gonna get sometime in the fall here. So we've got a couple other things that's coming, just not on the books yet. But stay tuned.
And then the last flyer that I shared with you guys was our school programs flyer. So it's August 1st.
Can you believe it?
I know.
I was just talking with a friend this morning, and she was talking about helping her granddaughter go get back to school supplies and everything already. And I'm like,
yes.
it's like blowing my mind.
So another thing that Josh and I both participate in is extension in the classroom. So during the school year, you will find us in classrooms, in after-school programs, doing all kinds of different school-based education. So if you are a teacher or somebody that works in a school system and is interested in filling Josh and I's schedule this fall, please reach out to us about any of the school-based programs that we can offer. If you have an idea, we're happy to kind of tailor the programs that we offer to meet your needs. So that's also something that kind of keeps us busy after the summer is over, as we are in the schools a whole heck of a lot in the fall and winter time. So,
but that was my favorite thing to do at the fair, was sitting in the office, and we had Matt Bennett, Michael Clark, and Brenda Wall, and they're all the FFA advisors. And I'm like, hey, summer's ending, and they just kept yelling at me every time I'd say it. I'd look at them, hey, you only got 3 more weeks. Summer's coming to an end.
No, don't remind us about school.
Not the school, anything but the school.
Yep.
You know, maybe you all talked about it, getting back to the fair for just 1 second, but I was interested in knowing how many, and maybe you did talk about this, but how many general projects were there at this year's Jackson County Fair?
So we had about 200 non-livestock projects exhibited this year. Now, not all of them make their way to the county fair directly. They mostly get exhibited in the booths in the 4-H building. And we have some plans for some booths, some other activities, maybe getting FFA involved and some of that stuff for next year in the booth building. But yeah, we've had a major uptick in non-livestock project interest lately with our 4-H open house that we've been putting on.
I just think that's so good.
Yes. And these kids have been, we talked about the Ohio State Fair, they've been so successful with them too. And so, yeah, our non-livestock projects, or our general projects, have just been really successful. We do 2 days of project book judging and interviews. One day is our non-livestock projects, and then the next day is all livestock projects. So they have to come in, show us their project book, whatever it is that they made or created for their project. They do an interview, and
which is fantastic that they have to go through the interview process.
So about 200, give or take, of the non-livestock projects. And that doesn't necessarily mean 200 kids. Some kids take multiple, but yes, it's been.
That's great.
I think when I started my first year in the county, we only had 40 non-livestock projects, and so I have worked really hard to kind of push that 4-H isn't just livestock at the county fair. It's so much more. So yeah.
I just, we've talked about it here, but I just think it's so important for every kid should be in 4-H and participate somehow. And if you don't live on a farm and this is your way to do it.
Yes. And
learn
absolutely.
so much stuff. I know, talking with kids about like baking bread and all of this stuff,
or things
that
like shooting sports or the dog club and those sorts of things.
All this stuff.
And we've got some kids that just do camp counseling.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's what they like to do.
They just
it's a
do
good
camp.
That's awesome.
Good learning experience. So.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Well, very good. Yeah. Well, you are coming back to see us soon.
Yes. Okay. We have set up a regular date, so we will be back.
Okay.
Sorry we had to take a hiatus during camps and
we'll
fair.
We'll let you off the hook on,
a fun
fair
fact,
month.
too, a personal note, we just finished our master's degree,
We
we actually
did.
have graduation on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's another reason we weren't here.
Yeah, that's another. We were very busy trying to finish up those theses, so we're
so
done.
proud of you.
Yeah.
ready to
They're
be done.
That is awesome.
But yeah.
Good,
yeah.
good.
So,
All right. Well, Maddie and Josh, thank you so much for stopping by today. We greatly
Yeah.
appreciate it. And I know Pete Wilson is here in the studio, so
Pete
we're going
Wilson,
to...
our wonderful friend of 4-H
That's
winner
right.
this year. Pete and Jeremiah
Yes, they got
both.
those awards.
Yes,
So very good. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we have a message or so, and then we'll be back and talk with Pete about some news.
Thank you.
All right, and we are back with our good friend Pete Wilson, and well, some news.
Right. Okay. Well, let's get right to it here on the time that we have left.
Yes.
I've got a story going in Saturday's paper, which is kind of like a part two of something we reported before, as this case has now come through court. But there was a woman from MacArthur named Alexis Reed, 35 years old. There she is. She had been an employee of Cole Kirby and Associates. That's a law firm in downtown Jackson.
Yes.
And she was accused of and subsequently convicted of stealing money from elderly clients of Cole Kirby and
Oh my gosh.
of Cole Kirby and Associates. As a matter of fact, the amount, according to court documents, $70,167.31. I think it's about 5 different elderly clients. And it was determined through an investigation, to give Jackson Police Department credit for that,
Yikes.
that she was the one who had the access to the electronic accounts. And it was she ultimately admitted to this. The part two of the story that we're getting to now is that she was sentenced in court very recently. Judge Reagan sentenced her to 3.5 years in prison, and she also had to pay a little over $49,000 in restitution. The difference between the 49 and the 70 is some was covered by insurance, I guess, and she has already paid. She has already paid $49,314.64. But this was she was charged with 4 felony level charges of theft in a plea hearing May, and just very recently she was in court for a sentencing. She stole different amounts from 4 different Cole Kirby and Associate elderly clients. So,
Goodness.
So that story is what we will have in our Saturday edition of the paper. Alexis Reed. Also, I know Stephen Moore was here for Pig Iron Day, and one of the neat things about Pig Iron Day, a decision that they made, and let's give props to Stephen. He's the president. That means the responsibility lies with him. Dave Channel isn't there anymore.
Yep.
We can't say enough for what Dave Channel did for Pig Iron Day through the years, and now Stephen, and I'm sure with a lot of help, he's going to make that happen on Saturday. But one of the neat things, and I'm sure he mentioned it, and I don't know whether you threw up the picture, Adrian, when Stephen was talking with Jennifer, but OSU Industries is going to be the honoree through the plaque, commemorative plaque.
Yeah, so appropriate.
Now this is different, but it's nice that they're doing it for 2 reasons. They run the gamut of all the historical iron furnaces, that were in Jackson County over the years. They did, over a period, I'm not sure how many years, but they did a different iron furnace, charcoal iron furnace or pig iron furnace all those years. Well, they've run out of them finally.
Yes.
There are no more because they're bygone. Well, OSU Industries is the closest thing to it that we have now. It is a foundry. They do that type of work, sort of. And another reason that they should be honored is that they've been a tremendous supporter of Pig Iron Day through the years, because they basically donate those commemorative plaques. They make them there at OSCO, the Jackson plant there on Athens Street. And they also make those commemorative pig iron bars that a lot of people get as souvenirs every year. And they're free as long as the supplies last. And I presume that they will be there again, the Historical Society giving those out. So that plaque auction is at 1 o'clock. If you want to support Pig Iron Day and support OSCO, 1 o'clock there at Manpower Park. An auctioneer will be there to to sell those commemorative plaques, and that money, and one of the commemorative plaques automatically goes to the Lillian Jones Museum for their permanent collection there.
Yes.
But anyway, Pig Iron Day, of course, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Great community event. I'm sure Stephen laid it out for you. Okay, we're going to have a big item on page 4 of the paper. I already know that because we've got that far in the paper. But this story takes up the whole page, and I'm proud of 2 persons. I'm proud of Superintendent of Schools Phil Howard for providing the information, being very proactive and transparent about what he feels is a financial situation, a funding situation that will really affect the city schools in the next several years if something doesn't change. And I also want to compliment our own Jeremiah Shaver, because he attended the school board meeting where Mr. Howard did a presentation on the financial situation, and it was a lot of work on Phil's part to make the presentation and a lot of work on Jeremiah's part to report in detail what Mr. Howard said. And we feel it's our responsibility here at Total Media, and particularly the Telegram, where we have, the space in the newspaper, to lay this out. And Phil did a lot of work telling you why the Jackson schools face some financial deficits. They do 5-year financial forecasts to kind of project things, but a big component was the state budget, which was just approved. There were indicators that it was not going to be as positive as it has been in the past through our local schools and many public schools, by the way, because they're diverting more money towards private education and vouchers, which, that's an issue.
Yes, it is.
But anyway, because the state funding in the budget was not as positive as it's been in the past, Mr. Howard and really school leaders around the state have a better handle on what to expect in the future. So he laid out why the Jackson schools face some funding peril in the coming years, especially fiscal year 26, which would fiscal year 28, which would start in the middle of year 27. And when Jennifer, when you're in business and you're personal and you see some financial shortfalls coming, you try to be proactive, and you just don't do something when you have to. You try to kind of prepare for that, and that's what Phil is doing. And that story on A4, it is lengthy, I will tell you that right now, but it is worth a read if you care about the Jackson City School District, if you live here or you're a stakeholder in it, especially. You got kids in school or you work in the schools. But that is in Saturday's paper. All right, a couple other things to tell you about. Speaking of financial things, this is something the state government has done for some time. It's a real nice thing. It's the sales tax holiday. It actually starts today. Today at 12 a.m. it kicked in, and it will go through Thursday, December 14th at 11:59 p.m. And basically, the sales tax, which can add up if you're buying a lot, is exempted during that period on certain items. And so they kind of tailored it and timed it for the start of the school year when a lot of families have to buy school supplies, and it really helps with the financial burden there. It's not anything you have to ask for. It's something that applies automatically to a lot of different items, such as back-to-school items, household needs, all that. And that is something that the legislature and the governor agree on, and they've actually extended it here the past couple of years. All right, a couple of other things to tell you about here as we run through the list. I want to mention some things that are coming on this weekend. Do not forget about Little Shop of Horrors, the big musical production, the first ever musical by the Apple City Players. There is the cast group right there. A lot of people involved in that, and there's a lot of people not in that picture that are involved too, behind the scenes people. So it is a musical, first time they've ever done it. Their 18th production. There is a scene from the play. On the left is the famous man-eating plant.
Oh my goodness.
And have a feeling that guy may steal the show, but I don't know. You'll just have to go see the show to see. 7 p.m. tonight, 7 p.m. Saturday night, and 2 p.m. on Sunday. I presume tickets are still available, but I know the pre-sales pre-sales have gone very fast.
Yeah,
and
you need to get them.
Right, and because they are doing reserved seating, it's if you're going to go, you may as well go ahead, save a couple bucks on the ticket to begin with, and then you will get the best seat left possible, depending on where you want to sit and what's left. So that is this weekend. Meet the team tonight at Jackson High School through all through the Ironman Nation, the football team. That'll be tonight at the Jackson High School gymnasium, and that will be at 6:30 p.m. tonight. You meet the football team, meet the cheerleaders, and they'll do a big basket auction too to help raise money for the football program. My brother's place later on today, Jeremiah Shaver will be heading that way. My brother's place, which is the food pantry and the used clothes place in Wellston, the charity place on Railroad Avenue. They'll be having an open house that starts at 11 a.m. and goes until 2 p.m. Before that, they're going to do a ribbon cutting at 10:30. And I know Connie Pelletier, who is the director of My Brother's Place, she's been here earlier to talk about all the renovations they did. They were in an old building and they needed a lot of fix-ups, and she worked, and with the help of others and other donations, they were able to do some major renovations that may still be going on. I'm not sure if they're still going on or not, but it's already looking a whole lot better with that grant. And they're going to celebrate that today. Public is welcome. The Wellston Lions Club will be doing their annual rose sale. That starts today. Roses, they're $20 a dozen. That's an awfully good price, isn't it?
Hint, husbands and boyfriends and all the stuff.
Right, yeah. It'll begin at 11:30 a.m. at the booth where they sell the sandwiches, every weekend during the summer. And they will even, if you order, they will even deliver in Wellston for you.
Nice.
Everybody is invited to take part of this. Not only will you get the roses, but you'll help the Lions Club with its community activities because that's where the money goes. The Oak Hill Festival of Flags announced that the Tim McCoy Memorial 3-on-3 basketball tournament, that was to be this weekend down at the Margaret Ann Pool and Park.
Okay.
And it was raise money for the Festival of Flags as well, being a nice recreation thing. Because of lack of early signups, they felt like they had to cancel.
Okay.
They are going to do it again, and this time they've got it scheduled for a place where there's bound to be people, the Festival of Flags itself, next May.
Good thinking.
So next Memorial Day weekend, they will do that. And here's the best thing. I mean, it's first of all, a lot of people, both the kids and the adults, like the 3-on-3 basketball recreation competition. The best thing about just the opportunity is that it's not going to cost a thing because Holzer Health System is sponsoring it, and they're going to cover all the expenses, so there will be no registration fee when that happens. Wellston Community Yard Sale started yesterday and will continue at the Frick Gallagher lot there on 2nd Street. It started yesterday and will go through Sunday. My guess is that there is a lot of good stuff there. I know there's lots of yard sale junkies that like to kind of tour around and see where they're going on, but that's a one-stop shop right there.
Heck yeah.
This weekend in Wellston, I believe the weather is going to be favorable for that.
It is, and then you can also stop by the stuff going on at My Brother's Place and the school supplies and all the things that they're doing there too. So.
Exactly. So, all right. So
two birds with one stone.
So a lot going on out there. Take advantage of your weekend. Just don't stay inside and do nothing.
That's exactly right. It's going to be an absolutely gorgeous weekend. Please get out and about. Wheels of Steel Car Show, of course, Pig Iron Day, all that food.
Right. Can you imagine how much fun you can have if you just kind of organize yourself and think what you could do this time and this time and this time.
You're right.
All weekend and right here in Jackson County.
You've got it. All right. Well, Pete, thank you so much for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. And we will see you right back here on Monday. So have a wonderful weekend and we'll see you then. Bye-bye, everyone.